Hi Pisces. I pray all is well with everyone. I'm here to bring you your May spiritual guidance, and I'm laquannadivine. To those of you who are new to my channel, thank you so much for subscribing and welcome. I also want to give a special shout out to those of you who give love donations. Thank you so much for your contributions. I also want to thank those of you who reach out to me for personal readings. Pisces, we're going to go ahead and take a beautiful deep breath in before we get started with the reading. I also want to let you know the messages can be applied to your sun, moon, rising, Venus, cusp, wherever you have Pisces at in your birth chart. And if you are not familiar with your birth chart, please go to cafeastrology.com and do your birth chart. Alright, you're going to need your birthday, you're going to need the city you were born in, you're going to need the time you were born. Don't feel bad if you don't know what time you're born. You can still generate a chart, but it's important to know your placements. But Pisces, let's go ahead and take a deep breath in before we get started. Pisces, when is the last time you really sat in silence? When is the last time some of you really just sat in silence? Put your phone down, turn the TV off, sit with your thoughts, alright? Sit with your thoughts for a minute. I'm currently going into my Spirit Message Oracle deck to see what message Spirit wants you all to know from the Oracle deck. What's the overall message for y'all for the month? Ooh, and Pisces, y'all got... Everyone else been just getting one, but y'all got two. Okay, so Spirit wants you to know, ask for the help that you need. Spirit also wants you to remember your soul power, Pisces. Alright, so we got just ask. Just ask. So for the whole month, remember to ask for the help that you need. There are many here in the spirit world that can assist you at this time. We are made up of the divine source, your loved ones, friends, guides, angels, and spirit helpers who are waiting to assist you. We are your spiritual team, and all you have to do is ask for our help and guidance. So remember, whenever you feel stuck, and that's why I asked you guys, when is the last time y'all sat in silence? When's the last time you've done that? Because some of you forgot about your soul power. Because this is the second card that came out, and like I said, usually only one card has been coming out, but y'all got two. And Spirit wants y'all to remember your soul power. You need to remember that you're a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul is your true essence, and you have an unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it. Sometimes we can forget that we are spiritual beings. We can. Sometimes we forget that because we can get bogged down with, the cares of life and the details of life, of this current human experience that we're experiencing right now. So sometimes we can get caught up in life, and we can forget about the spiritual aspects of life and the essence of who we are. Right? Because you are not your body. You just reside in your body. You just need a body to exist in this physical realm. And sometimes we forget about our own power that we have within us. And that's why I asked you, when's the last time you just sat in silence, in stillness? No TV, no phone, no tablet, no laptop, no computer, no nothing. Okay, try to take some time out to sit in silence and sit there with your thoughts and get to the bottom of it. Because for those of you who are not familiar well, for those of you who are new to my channel, I do, every month, I put out overviews for each element. So Pisces, if you're not familiar, you are a water sign. The water signs are Pisces, Cancers, and Scorpios. And in that particular video, I give you tools to help you navigate the month. Okay? And it's different scenarios that come up that you may deal with, or you may know other people that may be dealing with this, and you can give them some advice to help them too. But I do monthly overviews for the whole month, and I group them up by the elements. And it was a lot of focus. And just in case you're wondering, I will put the link to that overview video in the description box. But I do want you all to really try to set some time out. Spirit really wants you guys to know that you have the soul power to get through anything that you may find yourself facing. But you're going to have to sit in silence for a little bit and, just be one with yourself. Connect to the higher aspects of your soul, of who you are. Connecting to your higher self. Your higher self is the part of you that has always been connected to divine source, to our creator. Okay? And so you really need to take some time to sit with yourself. All right, with no distractions, because you're going to start, having all these thoughts, and all the thoughts that rush your mind, don't try to block them out. All right, you want to dissect those thoughts. Every thought that comes up, dissect it and get familiar with where is it coming from. Is it coming from a place of fear? Is it coming from a place of doubt? Is it coming from a place of insecurity, anxiety? Whatever. So sit with yourself, because you're going to have to really take the time out to sit with yourself so that you can remember your soul power. You're powerful. More powerful. Way more powerful than you realize you are. And it's this society's job. It's this matrix that we live in. It's their job to make you forget your power. Okay, it's their job to make you forget that you're a spiritual being first, and that you're not your body, you're just residing in it. It's their agenda to make you forget that and have you bogged down by things that your soul ain't even worried about. Your soul just wanted to come here to have this experience. Your soul ain't worried about how this bill gonna get paid, or am I gonna finish this on time, or what's going on with my love life. And your soul just came here to have the experience, whether you view the experience as bad, good, happy, sad, whatever. Your soul just wants to experience life here in this physical realm. So please focus on your soul power and remember who you are. But we're going to see, okay, we're just going to see how you came into the month. What was your energy like coming into the month? And then we're going to look at the second week of May, and so on and so on, and see what's going on with you, dear Pisces, all right? What was the Pisces energy like coming into May? What type of energy did they have? Okay, so you came into May, you came in pretty good, because you came in looking at some type of life circumstance from a higher perspective, from a different perspective, all right? And it could have been an air sign that helped you see something from a different perspective. We have Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius energy here. So it could have been an air sign that helped you see something from a different perspective. It doesn't necessarily have to be an air sign. You could very well have air in your chart as well. But you definitely came into this month seeing something from a whole nother perspective. Cause you to, awaken, to get a higher sense And this is why Spirit needed to remind you of your soul power, because it looks like you came into this month really seeing things from, like I said, from a higher perspective. Seeing things that happened to you last month in a different light, and help you to gain some understanding of where you're at in your life on a soul level. You know? So you definitely came in with an open mind and just willing to seeing how important it was to be real with yourself and be yourself, you know. So the King of Air definitely represents you speaking up for yourself and having an open mind, or doing something with confidence, having the confidence to even face yourself, you know. You could have very well went to see a counselor, or some type of or someone you trust. Like I said, it could have been a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius giving you some advice on something to help you see something clearly. But you definitely came into the first week of May with a different perspective, a higher perspective on something that took place for you in April. So that's good. That's very good. Now, like I said, it could have been anyone that gave you this advice, or you could have very well been giving somebody else advice. The energy can be interchangeable. But you definitely came in the month of May, that first week, allowing yourself to see things from a higher perspective, a different perspective, gaining some understanding on something, being real with yourself, having those self-talks with yourself. So that's good. So that means some of you already have practiced that stillness and that quietness, but others of you still need to get in that space, because when you do get in that space, you will see things from a higher perspective. Something that took place for you last month, you will begin to see it from a higher perspective. You will gain clarity with the King of Air here. So that's good. Let's see what your energy is going to be like going into the second week. What type of energy does the Pisces have for the second week of May? Pisces, the second week, the energy for the second week. What is the Pisces energy going to be like for that second week of May? This card wanted to come out. See? It's because the first week you gain clarity on something, and then we got the renewal card. So these are two major things going on in your life. Kind of reevaluating some things that happened, some things that were said, even some things from your younger days, from when you were younger. Kind of going back in your mind and seeing where these things had you bruised at. Some deep-seated, unresolved things from when you were younger, causing you to kind of evaluate. But there is a renewal. It's some type of it's something that you get clarity on that's gonna make you feel refreshed. It's like once you gain this clarity from the first week of May, the second week of May is like a refresher. It's something being renewed in your life. Are you reviewing some things in your life? And some of you may be even desiring to, you thought you were going one way. You thought you were going one way, right? But then it was like a divine intervention. You see this angel here? See this angel here? You see how they're walking, right? And they're heading towards this path. And this could be a family thing, like I said, childhood things, okay? Stuff from your childhood, stuff from teenage years or your younger adult years that you remember from a family aspect, you know, from your parents, from your upbringing. And you could have been going down this particular path, right? And reviewing some things from your childhood. So you're walking down this path, but then an angel comes and intervenes and stops you from going in this direction, because this is the direction that someone else wanted for you. A father figure, a mother figure, or your mother or your father, your parents, or someone with a strong parental authority figure over you. You basically, your thoughts about your upbringing and thinking about how you were raised and things like that, or some things that happened to you as a child that you still need to heal from. Remember, I told you it's some deep-seated things that need to come up so that you can heal. But anyway, you were headed in a particular direction for some of you, right? Because we got it's time to move in a new direction, right? So there's a blockage. This second week, there's going to be some type of blockage or somebody coming to bring you a message that makes you change your direction. You were going one way, right? You were headed down this path, but an angel comes. And this angel can be in the form of a person. It could literally be an angel. You might literally see an angel. It can be an animal. But somebody's coming to stop you from going this way, because that's not the direction that is good for you to go into. You need to move in another direction. But there's the second week, you're going to really be reviewing and evaluating some things from in your life. But it's based on something from your childhood, your teenage years, or your young adulthood that had you going in this direction. And you thought this was the direction you wanted to go in, but you're being moved in a different direction that is more suitable and best for you to go in. And someone is going to come, and whether it be in the word, whether it be something you hear, you could hear it from someone, or someone you trust, literally, that you confide in, that's telling you something. Or you could literally see an animal, like I said. You could literally see an angel. You might be going in this direction, and you might be blinded by the sun, and you just realize, wow, like I ain't even going the right way. I need to review some things in my life. I need to look over some choices that I made. And it's just the second week deep. The second week is going to be some deep-seated evaluation going on, to where you change, to where it causes you to change some course of direction in your life, basically. All right. So for the second week, we have renewal, meaning there's going to be a refreshment. When you come to this realization, there's going to be a refreshment in your life. That's why we have renewal, because once you do go through and evaluate some things and some stuff, because there's a family here. So it has something to do with family or your upbringing, or it could very well be your own family for those of you who have children and things like that. But it's something to do with family, where there's a renewal there, a fresh start, after you maybe evaluate some things that were said or done, or deep-seated things. So there's a refreshment this second week. Your energy is ready to tackle those things. Remember, soul power, and just ask. So that second week, you're really ready to once you realize that it's time for you to move in a new direction, you're ready for it. It's like a refreshment. a refreshment, a renewal. But we're going to see what your energy is going to be like going into the 3rd week of May. Wow. Okay. Okay, then. See? Look at that. Look at that. Wow, Pisces. We really have, you're really, yeah, this is some real, some of this is motherly. It could be motherly things, something to do with nurturing. During the 3rd, it's a lot of, and I'm trying to, because it's so much coming to me at once that I have to slow down with my words, because there's so many major life changes. Okay, on an emotional level, like you really realizing your spiritual power, your worth, realizing what it is you're good at. Some of you are natural nurturers. As a water sign, you can't help it anyway. You're a Pisces. And then we have the Empress. So it could have something to do with, like I said, your children, your upbringing. You see she's holding a child here. So by the 3rd week, you're giving birth to something. Some of you could be literally giving birth. There's a baby here. So you could be literally giving birth to something, giving birth to the new you, the new and improved you. After you did this deep-seated healing, by the 3rd week, you're ready. And you're more than willing to release anybody and anything that's not good for you. You're willing to release old thoughts, patterns that wasn't serving you. You are willing to release people that weren't really good, or people that may be stagnant, because some people are just happy where they're at. You know, they just, and that's how it's going to be for some people. They're going to pass away and just be at the level that they're on. But for some of you, there's really there's some deep-seated healing going on. And like I said, for some of you, it's some things from your childhood, teenage years, young adulthood, maybe some things with your children, with the Empress here. But you're releasing those things, and then, and the end result for you from the 3rd week of May, by the 3rd week of May, after all of this healing, and it's really going to be, with this renewal card here in the 2nd week of May, there's really going to be a, you're definitely going to feel refreshed and new and ready to nurture other dreams that you may have put, you know, you may have let them, you know, fall by the wayside. You may have not been putting a lot of energy into some type of dream, some type of project that you're working on, but this 3rd week, you're going to be ready to do that, because you already had the renewal that you needed. Or there's something that's going to take place for you the 2nd week that's going to give you this renewal. But as I stated before, after this renewal in the 2nd week, you're going to be in your Empress energy, ready to nourish anything that needs to be worked on, and ready to nourish yourself and release the things that you don't need any longer. And once you do that, and once you move on from this particular mindset, from this particular city, some of you could very well be moving from the city that you're in, or desiring to move from the city that you're currently residing in, or even the state that you live in. But once you begin to do that, and there's also something that's coming to an end, a phase, some type of phase for some of you that's coming to an end. But once you do that, we have the 3 of Fire, and the 3 of Fire is the 3 of Wands in a regular tarot deck. And this is just that inspiration, feeling happy. It even represents abundance in your life, spiritual abundance, seeing things, like I said, from a higher perspective, understanding, getting a better understanding on things, and just feeling even more passionate about life. wants you clear and release the old. You open the door for the newness in your life to come in. You may have even started planning something, you know. Could be helping somebody plan something, or you're planning something. But you decided during this 3rd week to put your energy towards something fulfilling. Something that is going to be way more fulfilling than what you've been doing. After you release, it's a lot of emotional baggage that has to be released so you can bring in this renewal, so that you can nurture yourself and others the way you want to in these projects that you may be working on. But yeah. And for some of you with the renewal card here in the 2nd week, for some of you there's an actual renewal for your family. This family here. It's an actual renewal. You guys coming together. Maybe you were having some issues with your children, or your children were feeling some type of way about something, but there's a renewal here. For some of you, for those of you who have children. But during the 3rd week, yes, honey, you're ready. You've bounced back, you released some things, and you're ready to nurture yourself and others and projects, and your energy is definitely going to be good by the 3rd week. You're going to have some understanding on some stuff. So that's good. So yeah, release that stuff, that deep-seated stuff that needs to be released. And y'all gonna be good, Pisces. You are. Spirit really wants you to remember who you are, though. Don't forget that. Remember that you're a powerful spiritual being. First, before you even had this body, you are already this powerful spiritual being that you are, okay? So remember that. So let's see what's going to go on for you during the 4th week. After there's some big life changes here that's going to help you. Well, let's see. This way. See what the 4th week is going to be like for you, dear Pisces. Type of energies the Pisces is going to have coming into the 4th week. The 4th week of May, 2019. Let's see. Yep, there's gonna be a need for your cooperation during the 4th week. It may be some talks you need to have with someone. All right. Balance. There's a lot of changes, Pisces. I keep saying this. This is some transformational stuff happening for you in your life. But it's for the better. Remember the 4th week of May. Make sure you're incorporating balance. You may have to cooperate with someone that you might not have wanted to cooperate with. But there must be some type of compromise in this area during the 4th week. Alright? Don't give too much, but don't give too little as well. Balance. And you could be dealing with a Libra. There's Libra energy here. Could be anybody. There's Libra here. There's Scorpio and Cancer here. Could even be a Leo. There's definitely going to be a need for balance during the 4th week of May. All right? Some type of balance and cooperation from you on your part. Remember, you're doing the soul work. You're doing that inner deep work that needs to be coming. It needs to come out. This year, 2019, is a year of healing and transformation. Nobody on this entire earth is going to get past dealing with these deep-seated issues that have to be dealt with. There's a lot of changes that are going to take place in the world over the years, and we have to be spiritually equipped for these things. That's why we have to remember our soul power. You have to be spiritually equipped. Remember, you're not your body. You are the spirit first. You are the soul first. And this is a spiritual journey that we're on. So you must deal with that deep-seated stuff that has to be dealt with. Alright, so let's go to the 5th week. See what type of energy. Okay. See? Yes, Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Honey, this is why you about to go through so many changes this month, honey. And that you're going to have to remember this is spiritual experience. It's so many major arcanas here. Major life changes. The major arcanas are those cards where these are big changes that you can't stop these changes. These are changes that can't be stopped. These are divine, life-changing experiences that need to be had, that are going to take place whether you want to or not. With the planetary aspects that are here right now, that's taking place over the next 6 months, and everything else that's going on with the Pluto and Saturn retrograde and things like that, you guys, like and then Pisces, by September, Pisces, y'all have a full moon coming up on September 13th. And so it's some things that are going to take place for you starting now all the way until fall that you're just going to have to deal with, so that you can get that stuff out the way, so you can embrace, you know, the new things that need to be coming into your life to help elevate you even more. But the 5th week, we got the High Priestess, and this definitely talks about you being sure to listen to your intuition this week. Okay, your intuition is going to be on point. Anytime the High Priestess shows up, that's secrets being revealed too. Alright, stuff that you may not have known are being revealed to you. Okay, not secrets about anyone else, but secrets about yourself being revealed to you. Remember, this card didn't show up for no reason. It's about you, the soul, within the body. Noticing some things about yourself. Realizing some things about yourself. With the High Priestess here. So make sure you're paying attention to your intuition this week, alright? The 5th week, the last week, could very well be some testing going on to see, did you really deal with those deep-seated issues or not? So, wow, Pisces. All I can really say is wow. Because it's like coming into this month, you really began to see things from a soul level. You began to see things on a soul level. You've had like another spiritual awakening. For the awakening card to come out, it's like a lot of you had a spiritual awakening about a lot of things that have taken place in your life from your childhood on to adulthood. A lot of things. So, woo, Pisces, wow. All I can say, honey, remember how strong you are, how powerful you are. And when the going gets rough, Spirit already told you to ask for help. And if any of you would like to schedule a personal reading with me, all of the information to schedule a personal reading with me is in the description box. But we're going to go ahead and get into the love portion, Pisces. Because, baby, y'all have a lot And it's more so inner work. You know what I'm saying? It's not really anything that's... It will be some outside events that will kind of catapult you into this self-realization. If some of the events already took place for some of you that catapulted you into this self-realization of just this spiritual walk that you're on and the spiritual work that needs to be done in your life. Some of you have been catapulted. The people... Because it's almost like triggers, right? It's going to be some triggers. For some of you, these triggers have already happened and caused some type of explosion or caused you to go off about something or just to realize something. Some of you already had that. Others of you are going to have that this month. Okay, and like I said, the triggers, don't look at the other person or the other people or the other thing as something bad. Look at it as a reflection of you, because a lot of the times people reflect back to us the same behavior we give to them, or they reflect back to us the things in us that needs to be worked on, that needs to be healed, that needs to be transformed. And I'm telling you, Pisces, how many major arcanas is in here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 6 major arcanas. And 6 is the number of domestic. A lot of domestic changes with family, with your home. It's just a lot going on. And it more so has to do with family, all right? It could be with your children. It could be with a spouse. It could be with a cousin, an uncle, an auntie, somebody. But there's a lot of spiritual work to be done in reference to your family, in reference to you growing up as a child, a teenager, young adulthood. Maybe for some of you, it could be your children coming to you and expressing to you how they feel about their upbringing. But there's a need for a refreshment, some deep-seated things that need to come up. Because once they do, things are going to, like, you don't have to deal with that emotional baggage no more. You don't have to deal with it no more. Once you face it, deal with it and talk about it with the people. And because we got the King of Air here, remember? So your energy coming into the month with this spiritual awakening that you're having, you're already ready to talk about whatever it is. Or you're ready to seek some type of counseling for it or something. But this is a lot of mental. You're thinking about it. And your emotions are tied up in it too. But with all of these major things, this is something that you really can't stop. No matter if you want to kick and scream about it. These major arcanas, like the universe, is not going to let you go through May without realizing some things, talking about some things, at least writing some things down, whatever it is. But there is major change. Spiritual change. Spiritual within you, all right? Within you. Stuff you realize about your own self. Stuff you have to deal with in reference to you, all right? The people around you are just going to be playing out these things. There's going to be some triggers that take place to help you realize some things. So don't look at the other person like, oh, da-da-da-da. No, look at you, all right? Look at you this month, Pisces, okay? Look at you. Let's see what's going on in love, because, baby, you got some major stuff taking place. And like I said, there's 6. The number 6 is here, so this has to do with family. And a lot of, and then we have the Empress here. We got the Empress and the High Priestess. It could be family secrets being exposed. It's a lot. It is a lot, okay? It is so much. But this is something that you must deal with. You have to deal with it. And this is why these 2 cards. Remember I told y'all in the beginning of the reading. Y'all got 2 cards. everybody else that I've done so far, 2 cards for my oracle deck haven't came out. Only 1. You got just Axe and Soul Power. There's going to be some situations where you're going to have to really get still. You're going to have to get still by yourself, no distractions. I really call out to the Most High. Really call out to God for help and assistance and guidance. But this is all a part of your soul's purpose and your soul path and the stuff that needs to be dealt with and healed. But it's definitely going to be a lot of stuff coming up. And like I said, with the number 6 here, that deals with family issues, deep-seated issues that need to be talked about and addressed so there can be a renewal, so there can be a healing. All right? And like I said, for some of you, it's going to be someone that comes and changes the whole entire course, or a situation that's going to take place that changes the whole entire course of your life. You thought you were going in one direction, but you ended up going in another direction. But anyways, let's see what's going on in love for you, dear Pisces. Okay, we got very soon. For those of you who are maybe single, or maybe you kind of taking a break from someone. Y'all on a break because you don't know what you want. But when you do decide what it is you want, it's going to happen for you. A lot of these changes that you're getting ready to go through, you're going to realize why some people didn't work out for you. For those of you who broke up with anyone, it wasn't meant for that person to be in your life. There's someone better for you. For some of you Pisces, those of you who are in committed relationships, those of you who are married or in long-term relationships, yes, this is your soulmate. So some of you are dealing with someone that is your soulmate. You guys have a lot of chemistry, so that's very good to have in a relationship. Chemistry is definitely important to have in a relationship. Whoo, Pisces, honey, this is a heavy read, babies. But this is, remember, this is all about you, your soul power, your spiritual experience, what you need to do for you to be a better you. All right? So this month really don't got nothing to do, even though there's going to be some triggers. There's going to be people that come along to trigger some things. But like I said, they're just the vessel being used to help you see some things about yourself. So don't look at the other people. Because all these major changes going on are inward changes that have everything to do with you. And what needs to be left behind, what needs to be released, what needs to be healed, what needs to be talked about. You can no longer go on holding these things in, not expressing these things. You can't ignore these things anymore. All right? Remember, we got the awakening card. You're being called to look at something from a different perspective. All right? And some of you, like I said, some of you came in the month already looking at something from a different perspective. But for some of you, there's a need to, because you're not looking at it from a different perspective. But there's a need for you to do that. But before because I keep going on and on, Pisces. But for those of you who are single, you have to decide what it is that you want so that it could come to you. And it will be your soulmate coming to you, and there will be a lot of chemistry between you and this person. But you got to decide what it is you want, and you will be able to do that. For my single people, you will be able to do that once you heal. A lot of healing work going on this month, dear Pisces. But it's for the better, and it's good. And you're going to feel refreshed, and you're going to feel renewed. You're going to feel like there's balance in your life once you release a lot of things you've been holding on to. And remember, family. Family, the number 6 is family and domestic issues and things like that. So definitely work on that, dear Pisces, okay? And kudos to those of you who are in the relationships where you feel like this is your soulmate and you guys have a lot of chemistry. That's a beautiful thing. But that concludes your reading for May, dear Pisces. Peace, love, and light to you all. And I'll catch you guys later.